It's the site of where we had the Olympic Games in 1956. That was the first time when the Olympic Games were held away from the US or from Europe. So for the first time, pretty much in Asia Pacific. And the second Olympic Games we hosted in 2000 in Sydney, and the third coming up in Brisbane. Now, kill me for the number.
They've closed it.
They're not doing it. Oh, they've closed it. Oh, they've closed it. I think it's a 2036, if I'm correct, for the Olympic Games. And
in Brisbane.
In Brisbane, yeah, in Queensland.
Just don't go. No. Actually, you can drive through.
Yeah.
You can drive through.
I love it.
The other side.
Push through.
I've got the key, so I can open it. And this stadium, just to keep going on that, it actually seats over 100,000 people. And
what's that in kilos?
I think if somebody likes to take a quick picture, you're more than welcome. We open the door for you.
Largest stadium in Australia. Seats over 100,000. The games, Olympic Games, were here years ago.
Have a look at what you can see. You will be able to see. So that's the one here on the left. Perfect, that was it. I hope you enjoy the views. Now to your right hand side, we got the tennis centre. We got the Rod Laver Arena and John Cain Arena. So that's a new name. I was wondering when they're going to rename it. And the Margaret Court Arena, so it's one of the first slams of the Grand Slam. And it's named Rod Laver Arena is named after Rod Laver, who's still, I believe, the most successful tennis player of all times. With the guy from the news, and he was asking, "Do you own anything? We don't have any house. We're constantly somewhere away in the hotels and play tennis." And then the guy from the news was asking, like, "So what was the biggest prize? Like, what you got actually when you didn't play professionally?" And Margaret Court said, "Makeup box." And when I opened the box, it was empty. And the grand passes probably will cost around $80, so it's not very expensive. Now this arena on the left-hand side, looking like a soccer ball, that's Amy Park or Amy Arena, and it's a home to Socceroos, and again it can be used for concerts and so on. So it's actually a Rod Laver Arena. They've held some of the concerts there too, and. I'm not really sure if those people who are coming with me will be any match there, but if there's an image like where you see those black lines there, that's actually literally the colours of the teams which are playing on the stadium on that night.
That's awesome. The black lines get
So coming up to your right hand side is going to be the tennis centre. So John Cain Arena, followed by the Margaret Court. That's the red one, or with the red brick, or with the red roof, I should say, and the Rod Laver Arena a little bit later. Now, those three courts, they actually can close the roof. So that will be at the call of the Empire if it's too hot or facilities, and I think there is also a function centre for the sponsors. So the one with the red roof, that's the Margaret Court one. Margaret Court, yeah. Are we crossing the Yarra River again? Same as we did yesterday. And guys, as we talked about the Eureka, there's a beautiful building which will be pretty much coming up on the left hand side anytime soon. And when you have a look at the tall building, it has a gold finish, And there's a red strip in there. So that's the one on the left-hand side. So you see the main building is a blue and white. So the only armed rebellion in history of Australia. It was blue and white color. So that's why the color of that building. And the gold that represents the gold rush or gold fields. And the red strip represents the blood which was spilled during this rebellion. There's observatory deck up, and that was built to commemorate the ANZAC stands for Australian New Zealand Army Corps, formed for the first time in during the World War I. Blue and other colours, so like the doors there. So that's the garage, or that's the pit, and that's the teams where the teams have their stuff to change the tires and so on.
You can see the markings on the floor.
And you see the markings there as well, how to get off and where to stop exactly, and so that's for that. And we just crossed the starting line.
We're not stopping here.
We're not stopping here, guys. No.
It's hard to get pictures over.
Yeah, you won't get a good picture of that. Yeah.
I'd like a picture of the road though.
Like a picture of the road?
If they race on the road, right?
Yeah, they race exactly where we are right now. That's where they race.
Track, yeah. How about it?
If you like to do a quick picture, then look at artists and stopping it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a Virgo.
This is the Port Melbourne Beach. Port Melbourne Beach.
Yeah.
Nice sand. Looks like they clean it regularly. Water temperature this year might be conducive to swimming.
Beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball, we have those nets out there.
Good morning. Bus is going to bring us for Skyrail. Skyrail.
So guys, for those that can hear me, to the left is Port Melbourne Beach. We're currently going through Port Melbourne. To the left you've got Tasmania, which is the biggest island connecting up to Australia, and beyond that as well, by about 8 hours, you've got Antarctica. So we get all the cold waters and cold winds coming up into Melbourne, which is the reason why we've got such terrible weather. The city's known for having 4 seasons in one day. It's because you get all the hot winds coming down from north and all the cold winds pushing up from the south, and they combine just above Victoria, and when you get hot and cold winds combining, it creates very turbulent weather. The beautiful thing about where we're situated is because we've got Tasmania, you know, about 8 hours away, it creates sort of a break for any kind of typhoon or hurricanes or anything like that. So we're actually in a very safe haven right here in this beach. Now, Port Melbourne's one of the oldest areas in Victoria as well. It's one of the original areas. It used to be the old fishermen's wharfs, all the port yards, very dirty climate, workers' quarters, all that kind of stuff. Couldn't give these places away, and now you can't find them. Millions upon millions of dollars for just a small box on anywhere around here, really. Very rich area.
So Tasmania is 8 hours away.
Tasmania's about a 40-minute flight away, but I think by boat it's 12 hours away or 11 hours away, and then 8 hours beyond that is Antarctica.
Wow, so close.
So we're very close to the Arctic.
You know, they said the same thing in New Zealand about the weather, in terms of 4 seasons in a day.
We're on the same trajectory essentially.
Sure, latitude.
Yeah. Last year during COVID, during our lockdown.
Great.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it was enough to shake us around. It wasn't anything drastic, but a few buildings did fall.
So that far away, just that sort of distance, they get 30,000 in 10 years, and you get one.
Yeah, we got one in 70 years. I don't even know when. You know, we might have had a slight little tremor. Yes, but but last year was the first time we actually. I woke up. It shook me in my bed. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I live alone with a dog. So.
So
that clue was going
on. Gives your family buildings so much around here.
Yeah, they are. It feels like that they secretly discovered some gold again.
Yeah, I know.
It's host challenge to look at Americans, and I need to say, I need to answer that for 25 million people. They're looking at you very good, actually. So that's quite actually easy to answer, because look, there's always a connection between those two nations, and there are a few things which we do not understand why you're not doing, but I don't go into those things. Some surprises you had in recent years as well, but I don't want to go into details over there too. But generally speaking, it's, I think, just because we speak all the same language, though we have a slightly different accents. You have strange accents, you Americans, guys.
We drive on the wrong side.
And you drive on the wrong side of the road. But a part of that, we love you.
The education state, is this like the education capital?
Yeah, the question is about the number plates. Like when you have a look at the number plates, they just the car in front of me, it actually says the education state. Sort of like all the states they have sort of like something what they like to present on the number plate, which you call, what do you call this actually? License plate. Yes, associated with the state. And yes, Victoria has got many universities, very prestigious universities. So that's why they sort of present as the educational state. About health system. Now, what we're passing by, crossing is the Yarra River again, and we sort of like travel through the docklands, which used to be industrial parts of the city, and pretty much refurbished it. I would say sort of like, and great views actually from here as well. Very handy to a city. It should be open. It's the Immigration Museum that was kind of to our right hand side. It's open from 10 till 5 p.m.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And
Where's the one you can see somebody's face? The Aboriginal
the place we didn't go that road. We didn't see it in the distance because that was good. We are heading towards the markets, the Queen Victoria markets, which is the oldest remaining markets here. Of course, named after the Queen Victoria. Now, by the way, actually, it's very important. 2:30, whoever is going to Phillip Island this afternoon, that I'll probably have a takeaway and eat it then when we get back to hotel.
We have to hustle that quick back to the hotel.
Is everyone going to find you?
Well, yeah, I'll just have to stay here.
Yeah? Okay, half past, I'd say.
Yeah,
You should find it out.
a little bit more.
35 minutes.
Victoria Markets. Victoria Markets. Queen Victoria Market.
You actually? Yeah. Yeah, I think they do actually. Yeah.
Queen Victoria Markets. Lots of eggs. Oh my. I feel like I'm at the Iowa State Fair. Meats and oh, these are pastries here. What do you say, mate? Good to see you. Look at all this.
Good morning, market shoppers. Friendly reminder that the market will be closed on Tuesday the 1st of November, so I'll cut public holiday. Have a lovely day.
Oh, Raleigh. You may have found the place, brother. This is quite the place. Raining heavily now. Queen Victoria Markets. Oh my gosh, there's more to it. More to it than this. Honey, well, I don't know what you're saying, honey. All kinds of cheeses. Look at the bread. Hi.
You go ahead.
Look at how he's displaying his bread. Very proud of his work. He's an artist. Sorry about the movement of the camera. And here's the fish. Man, they got blue crabs. Oh my gosh, they got blue crabs. Amazing. What can I say, man? Never seen so much meat in my whole life. Just as far as you can see. Meat, meat, meat. Look at this. He's working the thing back there. Oh my goodness.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
We are driving to Phillip Island, Australia. The countryside does not look all that different. A bit flatter, I guess, from what we saw in New Zealand.
You're right inside, we're on the western port, and the land in the far distance is at French Island, which is quite a big island, and then you have the Phillip Island. beaches are made of concrete, but then originally it was built. It was a timber one. So I have to tell you, I'm very happy about us. Very happy that this is actually concrete rather than timber. And you can see quite often fishermen just trying to catch the fish from the beach over there. You can see it looks like a river actually beneath us. Yeah, well, we're not going to be here longer anymore. But so when you think about it, it's still pretty high actually, these islands. Places in those cities on the east coast that beaches do erode and pretty much the most they're impacted by that because they just build it on a sand dune. This who is in charge comes out, checks everything is safe on the beach, goes back, gives them a sign. Look at that. So that's what they're doing. Jumping in front of the bus stop. Looks like there's the young ones there. And then everybody else comes out. We get a swamp wallaby here in front of us.
What is it?
Swamp wallaby.
Where?
Right in front of us, on the left, alongside of the road. It's not kangaroo, that's a wallaby, this one. When you have a look at the face, it's pointy nose.
He's hopping.
I got him.
Wallaby can actually roll the tail beneath of them, but they can't sit on the tail. Kangaroo can't actually do that, but kangaroo can actually nicely use his tail to move with the essence, sort of like what you would say maybe a third leg. And wallaby as well, when you look at the face, it's got a pointy nose, unlike
It's very
those
unattractive.
kangaroos.
Great picture of Paul's head.
Is there more than one?
Get on. You honk the horn, does it make a difference?
Yeah. I saw the one that I wanted to jump. There's a goose over there.
He's just sitting there.
This is the most excitement we've had in a while.
Milk and stay for a few more months. And look at how many geese on the right hand side. And then when they start to develop, then they start to come out of the mother's pouch, but they like to return back for the milk. Normally to 3 different fathers, because kangaroos, they don't mate for life. It's usually, when you see those fighting kangaroos, those boxing kangaroos, that's usually 2 strong males fighting for the right to spend a quality time with a female. And then you have a 3rd smart one, having already the quality time as 2 are fighting. It is actually very positive weather for us, because if it was too hot, kangaroos would be hiding, or the wallabies, I should say, will be hiding. They come out after temperatures do drop a bit. That's close to sunset. They feed on the grass and then move around in the night as well. And
Phillip Island, Australia. What a view. God, everything is beautiful. Dad, look at the things. There he is. There he is. Not moving a whole lot. Here he comes. There he is. He's doing some gulping. Got a good shot on him. I got good shot of him. I got to zoom. Nice beak on him. Come on. What are you afraid of? Yeah.
It's like a prairie dog.
Is that it? What is that? All right, so this is the scene with the Gracelanders Down Under group waiting for the fairy penguins, not as prominent as the yellow-eyed penguins that we saw over in New Zealand. As a matter of fact, the blue penguins a bit inferior. But we're going to see them tonight from this very... This is the scene as we await the fairy penguin procession. There's Roxanne and her mother. She's like she's the witch in Wizard of Oz. She will melt if she gets wet.
I don't really need to hang on to your hands.
And this little pond right here is where they will come take their first bath from the ocean. Raleigh and Beth are having dinner right here. I love it. Some visitors here to my right. Very nice people, all wearing blue and some yellow. Very nice people. Oh yeah, I got him.
Are you zoomed in?
Yes, I am.
No, like the day.
We are at the Lagoon Pool in Cairns, just off the Esplanade, and it's pretty spectacular. Water's warm. Look at this place. What a pool. What a pool. Cairns.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I saw
So you're not hungry.
Well, I'll eat. I'll just eat a little snack. I've just been out in the ski for a long time, so my appetite kind of...
Cairns.
Rusty's Market.
Yes, just in down there. This is Rusty's Market that we found. Rusty's Market. And it reminds us a lot of yesterday when we were in Melbourne. Look at all the freaking food. My gosh. God, Eb, you'd have a field day if you lived around here. Evelyn says this is really beautiful. All right. Tile work, every bit of it. This is where we're staying in Cairns, the Novotel. We got lost, Evelyn and I did. This is across the street, no big deal.
More keen on doing the pictures yourself,
you
don't necessarily need to stick with a group. You just can walk freely around the wildlife park there on your own. It's just very small, but plenty of animals to see. As I said, kangaroos, koalas, they got wombat, they got Tasmanian devil, they got cassowary, they got emus, and they also have freshwater and saltwater crocodile. And after this, still in the rainforest station, we go for the Army Dagger ride. So that's Army vehicle which was brought here actually from the US. We'll be riding it through the forest, and you'll be learning the tectonic plates. And there are 3 tectonic plates meeting between Australia and New Zealand. So if they do shift, then of course we get the warnings. They really do monitor those things because we know what happened in the past. And luckily for us, we didn't get affected by any of those tsunamis as yet, and that's fingers crossed. It never will happen. So that's the answer to that. But up here you get the cyclones. Like what you have, the hurricanes. So we get the cyclones in here, and Cairns got affected by a cyclone a number of times. Didn't get as destroyed like in like Darwin, which Darwin I think that was in 1973, if I'm correct.
Waiting to go to see the rainforest. This is the scene. Gracelanders all lined up. Thank you so much. Yeah, once outside, I think we're good.
We can't put it on speaker.
I don't know that one.
Wondered about that. Does yours have that square on it?
We are in the gondola.
I just shut it off.
Headed to Karanda.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
Welcome to the rainforest experience.
We have multiple audios
Okay,
playing.
I've turned mine off. I turned mine off.
Let Holly burn her battery up.
We'll do it the next
Has remained relatively unchanged for some 100 meteorites and the impact of ice ages. It truly is an amazing story of survival. When you hear the sound, it means there's something on your screen you don't want to miss.
You'll have to show that to us.
Holly, Mark, and Evelyn, Myra, Fred Elliott are here in this gondola. Mark's there.
Welcome to Skyrail, the world's most beautiful rainforest experience. You are about to journey into Queensland's Wet Tropics World Heritage Area, home to the oldest continually surviving tropical rainforest. The vegetation you see below is not rainforest, but classic Australian bush. Plants like banksia, wattle, and eucalypt that are only relatively new, having evolved from rainforest plants and adapted to survive in dry conditions. Rainforest, known as the dark green leafy plant that looks like a palm. That's a cycad. Cycads are true living dinosaurs, predating all flowering plants. The earliest known cycads first appeared on Earth some 300 million years ago. The rainforest you are about to enter was World Heritage listed in 1988, in part because it contained many varieties of cycad. It also appears thick and dense and has a diverse variety of shapes and sizes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the rainforest where the ongoing evolution of species is happening today, right before your eyes. The fact that the wet tropics rainforest has survived for millions of years is due to a fortuitous combination of moisture, temperature, wind direction, and altitude. The prevailing southeasterly airstream in this region blows warm, moist air towards the shore. This, combined with the height and orientation of the mountain ranges in relation to the coastline, has provided perfect conditions ensuring this unique ecosystem has survived dramatic changes in climate when others have simply disappeared. Even ice ages, perhaps the biggest threat of all, have failed to tame its beauty. If any one of these single factors had changed even slightly, this rainforest may not have survived. Reef and rainforest share a deep connection we're only just beginning to appreciate. This rainforest once stretched all the way out to the continental edge, where the Great Barrier Reef grows today. It's only in the last 500,000 years or so that the rising sea levels flooded the rainforest to create the foundation of the reef. Today, the peaks of that distant forest poke up above the water as continental islands, each a perfect example of the ancient partnership between reef and rainforest.
It's like a...
Back there, did you look at
Our rainforest story begins deep in time, when the first of the primitive plants made the move from water to dry land. Following that successful transition, Plants spent the next 400 million years evolving the bewildering variety of adaptations you'll discover all.
God bless you. God bless you again. It's the third time you're going to hell.
You scared it out of me. I think 5 is my record, but it's a good run.
The lawyer cane high in the canopy. This incredible plant has developed a unique method of survival. It throws long, thorny tendrils
It's like
into
a
space,
palm.
catching onto any plants it comes into contact. Look below you now, and you'll see the beautiful and majestic fronds of the tree ferns that fill the forest floor.
Oh, cool.
Their incredible beauty disguised their age, having evolved some 140 million years ago. The trunk of the tree fern does not grow outwards like a regular tree. Instead, it grows from the top. This is why they do not produce the typical woody trunk that most trees have. Their expansive fronds have a large surface area to maximize any opportunity to gather sunlight.
There's a bunch of parasites on that top of that tree.
Look towards the mountainside where the beautiful rainforest giants, the largest and tallest of the rainforest's trees. Notice the plants living on plants. Rainforest. You are about to descend below the canopy into the forest floor, into one of the most serial dynasty in China. Also be sure to visit the Rainforest Discovery Zone, where you'll learn more about this amazing ecosystem. So gather up your possessions and follow the directions of our friendly attendants. But be warned, it's a jungle down there.
Oh my.
And that's the tree.
I acted. Yes, Eddie.
I wonder if that thing keeps talking to us when we're not on the rail.
You want to try it? No. I don't think so, Ed.
So, you have this augment.
No way to take a picture of it.
Look how huge that tree is. Is that all we're seeing? What a question.
This is the boardwalk. Stop number 1, called Red Peak, I believe. Myra Elliott. Clearly the most colorful dress in the group today. It's peaceful, a bit humid. The heat's not too tough for me. And I'm a tad overweight, I guess. I shouldn't say that. I'm enjoying these pods. Like that. Very interesting. Look at that. I like this. This is majestic. The forest.
There are a
butterflies.
Oh my, all those trees are
Hello again.
right now, I'm in
I'm sorry, Deb.
No, I'm sorry.
Paul.
Yeah, pretty much like the forest was quite big actually. It was, like the forest was going through the mouth of Australia. And there is something in the bathroom.
Your audio tour will, oh, I might have messed. Will begin automatically during your experience.
Yeah.
All right.
I have not been able to get it. Mel's been listening to it.
Mel's been very diligent.
It's not talking yet. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
We hope your visit to Red Peak helped you to appreciate just how globally significant this rainforest is and what welcome back. We hope your visit to Red Peak helped you to survival. Look into the canopy below and try to pick out some of the plant and animal species you have just learned about and seen up close. Notice the vines clinging to the canopy with epiphytes perched on them and ferns bursting through the forest floor. Listen for the calls of a rainforest bird. Look for the brilliant blue flash of a Ulysses butterfly and try to pick up the faint aroma of a flowering plant. The best way to experience the rainforest is to immerse yourself into the experience.
What if we miss?
Your senses.
Yeah, somebody.
Oh, maybe it was on his app.
Maybe it was. No, or Mark said it.
Or somebody.
Somebody said it. I wonder.
We were way high. Oh, waterfall. You have your phone, right, Paul?
I do, my beloved. But you know what? After you've seen the waterfalls in Milford Center,
Need to do that if you're doing that, right, Paul?
you could. You know, you like to snap a lot of pictures now. Look what awaits us down here.
Sorry.
No, go right ahead,
I
Larry.
already got it. I was just reading.
This is pretty fun. I think that's
Let's time that and see how long it takes to do.
And it becomes hard for them to sell it. But they told me that you worked out of some outfit.
Or it could be a floating log. It's
hard to tell.
Dirty, dirty, dirty. You know that song?
Yes.
I irritate Scott regularly.
It's been a time. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've necessarily heard it sung that way. But I tell you what, Cheryl, I noticed the other night you have a nice voice.
When was that? Oh God!
That's
I am not going
We are not buying that.
That's
I
on-
just want you to know that.
That's on videotape.
See, they don't believe it.
They don't believe it.
See,
No.
so I'm not really a pain in the ass.
Other streets, and that's where you find some of more of those galleries.
Not really.
I got
All right, hon. Ella and I have found some form of a market that she says is authentic. I don't know what that means exactly. Oh my. This is neat. What are you doing, son?
She's cutting water.
Oh, they're cutting trinkets. Oh. We've got to tell the group about this. This is a special place.
Oh yeah.
It is, eh? Well, here. Now, who are you?
I'm the queen of every north.
Puppy, yeah, this is Lizzie.
Lizzie, how are you, hon?
And I'm the moon. And my brother is the king of sap.
That guy's shaking his head in affirmation. We've got a gentleman over here who lives here, I think.
Yeah, that's my tribe people.
And tell us what you're doing, sir.
I just rolled myself a tobacco and cigarette, and I'm now trying to find a lighter.
Where do you get your tobacco from?
Tobacconist.
Yeah.
There's a thing
tobacco
called.
farm.
Is this your friend here?
Friend, yeah.
I'm sure I got my words right. And
That's why I show respect for old people. Your way.
love
I
it.
put these first, then I'm in the middle, and then all the new baby last. I'm the mother. And I might be 49.
Evan, would you like to ask some questions?
So you live here?
Yeah, back and forward from Mossman Gorge, my tribe and my tribe here.
This is so quaint. I'm really enjoying this. Met that crazy lady down there. I don't know her story, but I know that her wrists are so thin. you could put a great aroma, punk and other materials that were smelling, and you're not in trouble. You're not in trouble, Paul. This is so neat. Even for a guy that, well, I do like to buy some trinkets, but are we going?
Oh, okay. You want to watch the Aboriginal dance?
Oh, massages and stuff. Zen massage, yeah.
Into the terrain.
We've got a young family here and they have found the miniature golf course. This is very interesting. I've not seen anything like this.
Look at this.
Good putt.
Paul, look at this.
Good putt. This is miniature golf. Many of our travelers... Put your head in deeper. I love it.
So cool.
Teach me. That's right, Dad. You gotta teach him. I had 4 just like him, and I taught them. And now they resent me.
What about 5?
4 boys, I said, and a daughter. Just loving this place. Loving this. We're here in the Coranda markets.
This is gorgeous Gordon, and this is my statue of David and his cock.
Oh my Lord, why would she say that?
Time a soft cock is good, look.
Why does she do this to me? She's crazy.
There's a garden to tend, all the fruits on the ground. The birds have moved back into my attic. Whistle to static, the young let it fly. I guess I'll patch those holes up again. I tried to understand what I can't hold in my hand. Whatever I find, I'll find my way back to you. And if you can try to find it too, 'cause this place is overgrown to wax and moon, and home is wherever we are. There's love here too.